Hello everyone. If you're watching this video, it's because you're interested in learning more about how you can lose 20 pounds in 6 weeks. I'm sure you may be even more interested in that. You're interested in how you can establish good habits so you can have long, successful lifestyle change so you can live happier, have more energy, have a more fulfilling life. Many of you, just like me, may have a story. You have your goals and vision of what your new body, what your new self will be. Whether it's just to be leaner, less, body fat, more muscle. Everyone has goals and their ideal body, and everyone has their own motivators to get there. Why having this new body is important to them. And I also have a story that I'd like to share with you. But before I share my story, I want to introduce myself. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Justin Hess, and I'm the owner of Rage Asylum. Now, some people may wonder why I named it Rage Asylum, because it is kind of a unique name. And it is unique, and that's the way I wanted to make it, because fitness has become part of who I am. It's been my passion, and it's because through my struggles that it came up with the name, and that's how my story got developed. It all started back in high school, and I grew up in a small town, and I liked athletics. My parents played athletics. A lot of the kids in the neighborhood in my town played athletics. So you play athletics in a small town because what else is there to do? And I think it's becoming more day and age to where you're doing camps, you're doing all these practices, and if you're doing sports year round, I played football, basketball, baseball, track, played a little bit of soccer when I was young. You spend a lot of time around it, so then the more time you spend around athletics, you spend time around the same people. Especially with football, I did, and I think most people could agree that maybe the jocks of the school were the football players. And for me, I didn't really act like a jock. And because I didn't act like a jock and how the cards fell, I was a subject to bullying a lot. I was the kid in the grade that I was the butt end of everyone's joke. Okay, the little talking circles that you have in the hallways, I was kind of cut out of them or wouldn't be, invited into them. I wasn't invited to any parties. Even when people told me there was nothing going on in the weekend, I'd come back to school and then I just get to hear about all the good times that they had. And it was day after day where, don't get me wrong, it wasn't like everyone was the bully, but as many people may know, that there are the few bullies that made my life, hectic, but there are a lot of bystanders that just didn't really show the support, or no one stood up and said, enough's enough. Because that happened, a person ends up feeling alone. And that was for me in high school. I was depressed. I didn't want to go to school. It got to that point where I seriously started believing what they were saying. I had no self-confidence in myself. I felt like I wasn't respected as a human being. And when you feel that way, you try interacting with people, or you get bounced around trying to find your own clique, trying to find your own sense of belonging. People viewed me as socially awkward. I'm sure some people may have seen one of those people that you're trying to you watch them have a conversation with someone, you're kind of biting your lip because you just feel that tension, that awkwardness. Well, I was that person because I had zero confidence because I thought that people just viewed me as a loser. And that's the way I felt in high school. Some people, high school was some of their best times in life. For me, it was the worst. So what did I do about it? I'm in this depressed state. I just wanted to get away from there. So I went to college. And again, athletics and fitness, I still liked being active. I like feeling that way. And I met my roommate Brent, and Brent is this guy. Seriously, people, this guy was Superman. No joke. Like even for his birthday, I got him a Superman shirt because this guy had boulders for shoulders, huge arms, a tight gut, and even interacting with all of our classmates, he had this confidence about him, and he was getting respected by people. So when I talked about my vision and my drive and like my motivation, he was him. Um, because I thought, like, yeah, every guy wants big muscles, big arms, six packs, you know, and yes, sure, I want to get, some girls talking to me and just feel like I'm attracted, but it's also so I can gain respect because that's a natural quality that every person should feel is at least respected and having confidence in themselves. So that's what I wanted to have. So Brent took me to the gym every single day, every single week. We lifted 5 days a week, every single week. And for those of you who are new to weightlifting, as you know, your muscles get sore a lot, and they're aching. And there are many times I just wanted to stop because it hurt. But I knew, and I told myself that the pain that I was feeling in my joints, the pain that I was feeling in my muscles, or no matter how winded I got, if I couldn't do another push-up, if I couldn't do another sit-up, I knew that the pain I was feeling didn't compare to the pain that I felt in high school. So I just pushed through it. Just kept going and going week after week after week until finally, it was about 7 months later, I saw some of the same people, and I don't know how to describe it, but people started talking to me again. Now, maybe it's because they haven't seen me in 7 months, but they started talking to me. They kind of viewed me as different. They knew that, whoa, you've been, you're in really good shape. Like they looked at me and like, wow, you got all this muscle, and I cracked a smile on my face, and that was just a small little hope that I had that like I just need to keep this going. So I kept going, week after week, month after month, and now 8 years later, a lot has happened then. Again, passion, the fitness has become part of my passion. Um, People view me as the fit person. I'm a sergeant in the Minnesota National Guard, where I've excelled in, again with my fitness. I'm really one of the fastest runners, one of the faster runners in my company, one of the strongest for my size. I compete in a powerlifting competition to where, one of the greatest feelings I have is when people think that, hey, I didn't expect you to deadlift 500 pounds. I was 191 pounds. I deadlifted 500, and people would just kind of looked at me like, I didn't expect you to do that. I didn't expect you to squat, 425 pounds. You know, that's one of the greatest feelings. And not only could I, be strong, but I could also run quickly. And, that's my story. And, I've got my associate's degree. I obtained that in personal training. I've got my certification in nutrition, and I just love learning about it every single day. So that's my story. Now, what's your story? Your story may be similar to mine. Maybe you aren't getting the respect that you rightfully deserve. Maybe you have a close loved one that had an illness, whether it's a heart attack, stroke, diabetes, and you don't want to end up like them, so you want to live because everyone wants to live. Who doesn't want to live longer? So maybe your reasoning to get better shape is so you can live longer. Maybe it's because you're a parent and you want to set a great example for your kids, or that you just want to chase them for more than 2 minutes before you get winded. Maybe you want to get in shape because your significant other doesn't have that same spark in their eye when they look at you. Just as you get older, as you get on jobs with kids, maybe you pack on a few pounds, and your significant other, maybe they just don't look at you the same. You just want to get that spark back. So whatever your story is, no matter what it is, no matter how many times you've tried, you might have failed again and again. You've tried all these different workouts on on these websites and magazines, and you tried all these fad diets, whether it's with keto or paleo or Shakeology or whatever it is. And if it hasn't worked, don't give up, okay? Because that's part of life. You just don't give up. When I came up with my name, back to it, in life, there are 4 traits not only to be successful in the gym, but in life. And it's resilience, ambition, grit, and enthusiasm. And that's, if you take the first letter of each of those words, it's rage. And rage is in its own word, like I talked about how I had so much sadness and anger, and when I was stressed out, I wanted to take it to a place I could just release it. I could just, put it in positive energy, and for me, that was the gym. The gym was my safe haven. It was, you could say, your asylum, because asylum, it can mean 2 things. It could be, when you're in a foreign country and you need a safe place to go to, or an asylum is also for the mentally ill, maybe the crazies. But when you have so much rage built up, sometimes you think you get crazy. And that's why I came up with the Rage Asylum. And no matter what your story is, I can help you. I can help you because I've been there and I've done that. Okay? I've done a lot of studying through my programs to where I know the right way, and there's no shortcut. But this transformation challenge that starts on April 30th, it's 6 weeks long. It can help jumpstart you to long-term change. Okay, what is this challenge? I'm sure you're interested. Well, it's 6 weeks long, like I said, and all you have to do is weigh in 3 times. You weigh in the beginning, you weigh halfway through, which is to be 3 weeks, and at the end. You take some before photos, right when your first weigh in, and then you take some after. Your photos, it can be for yourself, because you can see the changes in the mirror, but when you see your before and after, it's astonishing the results that you can see. Because with this challenge that many people have done, it's remarkable the changes that they have. Because you can lose up to 20 pounds in 6 weeks. And if you lose 20 pounds in 6 weeks, you will get your money back. I promise you, I'll say that again. You get your money back if you lose 20 pounds in 6 weeks. This challenge, I provide all the nutrition for you through Whole Foods, Whole30, the Whole30 program. It's not a diet, it's like a reset. And I know many people have done it and they've seen great success with it. Okay? And with the program, I provide, a meal template. I provide recipes. I provide a grocery list so you know what to get, what to buy, and it's made easy for you. Okay? Not only that, but you'll get exercise information on cardio and resistance training. I can set up, a template of a workout program for you, whether you're a beginner or you've been doing this for a while. So you can so you know which exercises are effective that you can lose the most weight in an efficient way. Not only am I giving you nutrition and sound exercise tips, but I'll also have a Facebook group for the participants. Because just like this long journey, and as many of you know in life, you can't do it on your own. You need a support system. And this Facebook group provides that support system so you can talk with each other, you can share your struggles, you can share your successes, and you can just talk with each other, because that's what you need. You need a support system. And then also halfway through, you and I will sit down for 30 minutes, on a camera, and we'll talk about what you've done well and what we can improve on, because we don't lose, we win and we learn. And that halfway mark, you can sit down with me for 30 minutes and we talk about everything that you need to do where you can continue, getting to, your ideal body. So if you're interested, my email is below. You can email me, and then we can set up a time where I can call you. And we'll set up 15 minutes where I can give you more information if you have questions, or if you want to sign up. So if you're interested, which I hopefully after this conversation of watching this video you are, I know this challenge can help you find your best self. Take care.